tell the story of 4 animals at the local animal shelter in Woodbridge, New Jersey. We now go to Alicia at the animal shelter.
We're here at the Woodbridge Animal Shelter that has been providing homes for animals that were left on the street or abused by their owners since 2007.
So, why did you volunteer at the animal shelter?
I've been volunteering for probably about 15 years. I started at the Edison Animal Shelter, and then when I moved back to Woodbridge Township, and I found out that they opened up the shelter, I knew I wanted to be involved, so I've been involved since the beginning. I've always had a love for animals.
So how did you find out about the shelter?
Actually, a friend of mine worked for the township, and he knew I was interested, and he said that someone was working on having a shelter built, and that was, when Marge Petro, who kind of worked with the mayor to get the shelter built, and it just kind of fell into place from there.
So what were the effects of Hurricane Sandy on the animal shelter?
They were severe. We had 4 feet of water downstairs. They had to rescue the dogs by boat, as well as the animal control officers. But the residents have been really generous. We've had rescues come in with money and food and towels and bedding, and so the support has been tremendous. And we just opened up, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
About 2 or 3 weeks ago, right before Christmas, we were able to open up the shelter again.
So have you adopted any pets from the animal shelter?
Yes, the dog. Pomeranian, he was 11 when we got him. And we had him until he was 17. So it was great. Great dog. Companion for my mother.
So what made you volunteer at this shelter instead of others?
Well, I live in Woodbridge, so I volunteer. It's going on 4 years now. So, and I like it. I try and get here as much as I can.
What's your favorite part about volunteering at the shelter?
Walking the dogs. Playing with the dogs. That's mine. I like that the best. But I do anything that needs to be done, we do.
A teacher at our school has pets of her own and isn't reluctant to help strays in her neighborhood.
Oh, Ms. Renaud, we understand that you have a few cats. Is that right?
Yes, I actually currently have 3 cats.
So, have you ever heard of the animal shelter in Woodbridge?
I have not heard of the animal shelter in Woodbridge, but I do know that most towns have their own animal shelter. And then there's usually, for each county, there's a larger animal shelter that's run under, I believe, the ASPCA.
You've told us in the past that you always feel for the strays you see. You say you're tempted to take them home. Why is that?
I don't know, I feel like animals are defenseless, and a lot of times the stray cats and even stray dogs, depending on the area of the country you live in. I do know the South particularly has a lot of stray dogs. A lot of that can be prevented if you spay or neuter your animals. A lot of people, I feel, aren't responsible animal caregivers, and what they should be doing, and it's sad because you don't want to take away everyone wants to have puppies and kittens, but every time your animal has puppies or kittens, you need to find homes for those animals, and a lot of people don't, and so that's where you see a lot of stray cats, particularly because they're not fixed, and so they have more cats, and then it just is this cycle, and then those cats, they end up becoming diseased or sick, and it's just really not fair because, again, they're defenseless. They really can't do it themselves, you know what I mean? So that's why I feel bad for them, and that's why I always just want to take them home. But I'm a responsible animal giver or animal caregiver, and so I would have to, then for me, I get them fixed and take them to the vet, and it's expensive too. So I get why some people don't do it, because it costs money to take care of an animal the right way.
Is this motive enough to volunteer at the shelter?
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about, and I haven't been able to yet, but my husband keeps kind of pushing me. But I'm afraid if I volunteer at an animal shelter that I will come home with more animals, and I really don't want to do that because now I have 3 cats, and that's kind of a lot as it is. So I have to kind of keep myself away from them because I love animals so much that, you know, I feel like I want to rescue them all, and I'm not going to be like an animal hoarder, so. I don't think I want to, for me, I would love to volunteer, but at the same time, until I cannot feel like I want to take all the animals home, then it's probably not the best thing for me. But for people who can't have animals, it's a great way to interact with them, and I would suggest it. But for me right now, it's probably not the best idea, because then I'll end up being one of those Animal Planet shows.
That's it. In conclusion, the animals with no stable home could have one if you call today and adopt. You can also help take care of them and volunteer. I'm Christopher Nufio, and thank you for watching.